You gotta get on the phone. You gotta knock on doors. Thanks for showing up. I know the clouds were a little threatening there, but the sun is trying to break out of the clouds. And that's what we're trying to do in California. We're going to let the light of hard work and democratic values shine through the dark clouds of Republican resistance, okay? I'm trying to finish that sentence, and I want to maybe start it another time. The sun is breaking through the cloudy, murky resistance of those other people that are trying to block our jobs and our environment and fixing up our schools. So look, this is going to be a real important election all across the country. I know a lot of people are unhappy. They're unhappy because their neighbors are losing their jobs, or maybe they are, their homes, the foreclosure. But how did all this stuff happen? The banks, the mortgage scam operators ripped people off and got people into homes they couldn't afford. They said stuff that wasn't true. And I'll tell you, as Attorney General, I've been fighting those people. I've been bringing lawsuits to bring people to justice. But, you know, what we're looking at now is a big, bad recession out there. And that means government's got to, play an important role. We got to invest. There's stuff to do. There's roads to build. There's bridges to fix. There's a high-speed rail to get going in the valley. Create a lot of jobs. There's levees to fix up. There's no lack of work. There's school classrooms to fix. We have all the work. We got to put people to work. And that's what our great President Franklin Roosevelt did in the middle of the Depression. And the Republicans kept saying, no, let's do less. And unfortunately, we've got a lot of people in Washington who are trying to take over who are saying the same thing. Do less. Well, when people are really hurting, you got to do more. And that more is not wasting money, but it's investing it. And as governor, we created almost 2 million jobs in California. Now, that's a big record. It's one thing to run a business and create a few thousand jobs. It's quite another to lead a government and cooperate with business and labor and get California working again. That's what the goal is, okay? It's not just any job. It's jobs with good wages, jobs with benefits, jobs that can support a family. Over the last 30 years, the middle class has been losing out, and those even below the middle class are even hurting more. The money is going up to the 1 or 2%, and that's not the way it should be. So we got to have fairness. And I'll tell you, if I'm the next governor, I'm always going to keep that in my mind. What is this decision? Is it fair to people, to average people, without power? Now, we've had a campaign where people who belong to a union, they're getting vilified. Oh, they're the problem. Well, I'll tell you, when you don't have power, you need to stick together. Solidarity is what protects you. They got these people in Washington, they got all these secret committees. They got this guy, Karl Rove, he's the kind of and they have all these nice sounding names, and they're pouring tens of millions. The Supreme Court gave them permission. For the first time since, not Franklin Roosevelt, but Teddy Roosevelt, since about 1912, corporations have the right to spend money. And boy, are they spending it. And that's why the response has to be, we the people, take back our state, take back our country, for all of us, not just a few. Okay? Anyway, I'm glad to see such a crowd out here. It gives me some enthusiasm. I've done this a few times before. And you know what? Now, I'm not tired of it. I'm darn excited. I'm excited because we can make this state, the model. We started out 30 years ago with solar and wind, and everybody said, what the hell are you doing that for? Well, I can tell you, there are 500,000 jobs waiting to be created in solar and wind, in conservation, in efficiency, in retrofitting buildings. If we just made all the buildings in California energy efficient, we would put to work hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. We can do that. And that's really going forward what I want to create. We can recreate the automobile industry in California. And instead of using Saudi Arabian oil, we can use California sun with electric cars. We can do that. That's the future. And it's a bright future. California last year generated 1.8 trillion in wealth. That's more wealth than all the countries except 7. I mean, what is it? There's 190 countries that are not as wealthy as California. So we have the wealth. Now, temporarily, we're in a hole here. We got a big deficit, we got unemployment, but we have the people, we have the resources, the soil, the crops, the water. We can all pull it together if we can act as Californians first. And that's what I want to do. So 35 years ago, I had a little different approach. Now, I know where all the bodies are buried up there in Sacramento, okay? I know what they're doing. And I'm going to work with the legislature, but I'm going to get it done. And I'm going to work with Democrats, Republicans, independents, whatever. Enemies, friends, whatever it takes to get California working, that's what I'm going to do. And with your help, we're going to put people to work, we're going to solve that deficit, we're going to protect our schools, we're going to make sure that firefighters and police officers and carpenters and electricians, all these people are respected for the hard work they do. All right? What more can I say than that? Solidarity, together, we're going to keep this state golden, and we're going to keep making it work, okay? And these interlopers, well, I won't start attacking the other side. All you have to do is just watch the commercials. That's enough, okay? I mean, her commercials. Once you see that, I mean, what more is there to say? All right, thanks a lot. On to victory.